beautiful green building. Originally a white building with a green roof, it was built for the filming of Yumi and Dupree. Repainted this lovely green when it was reused in Soul Surf, and Hill gets her arm bit off by the shark. That's where they do the Bible study with Carrie Underwood. Now up above on top of the hill there, that is the airport in that movie. Coming up next is actually the dock that we started on. The dock right there is built for the filming of the TV show Lost. Lost filmed 50 of their 200 episodes here at Kualoa Ranch. A couple of their bigger scenes on the pond being the fishing village, the scene where John Locke gets shot, or most notably the dock right there was built for the submarine scene.
So pretty.
Now as we continue on our tour, we're going to see this long green area. If you've seen Bruce Willis's Tears of the Sun, it's actually they built the entire village for that. Covered almost the entire lawn with red dirt before building the church and all the other buildings. That was then all removed after filming. Now right up above it on the side of the mountain there, you'll see a triangle-shaped clearing. That was used in the filming of Kong Skull Island.
Oh, wow.
The opening shot of that movie, you see the mountains and trees, and Kong runs out into that triangle-shaped clearing.
Yeah. Oh my God, I saw that movie.
Now a newer one, if you've seen the new live-action Lilo and Stitch. Let's see where the rocket ship pops out of the water. It pops out of the water here on your left-hand side, goes flying over a guy sitting next to the pavilion there on the right, and it knocks over his shade of ice.
Oh. Oh.
Now a circle of palm trees next to the pavilion there were planted for 50 first dates. Right there is built the Kualoa Cafe. So all scenes in and around the restaurant were filmed right here. That includes the scene where Adam Sandler comes across in the rowboat, as well as the scene where Drew Barrymore builds her little Waffle House. If you were to look through the window during the Waffle House, you can actually see this side here with the mountains and the mangroves coming through the window. Now also on this lawn, I have Mike and Dave need wedding dates, the scene where the horse runs through the wedding. Back green pavilion using Soul Surfer to hang up the shark. The front pavilion, walkway, and bridge all built for Murder Mystery 2 with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. Now just one last movie before we move on. Now our front right, this real pointy mountain is you've seen Jurassic World. In the second movie, that is the volcano that explodes. In the first movie, they actually used this entire pond as well, in the scene where the Amosasaurus jumps up and eats the great white shark. This is the enclosure for the Amosasaurus. However, that one they used so much CGI both to lighten our water and add scenes without doing any permanent damage. It's kind of tricky to see. But now, guys, we need to talk about the coolest part of the pond, the history. Again, we are an 800-year-old Hawaiian fish pond. We are still an active fish pond. Now, if you could time travel 900 years ago, the site that we started on was the original shoreline. So our ocean used to go all the way to there. The Hawaiians actually built a rock wall in the ocean. It is a man-made pond.
Oh.
If you're going to build something this big again at 128 acres, it is one of the biggest in Hawaii. You have some criteria for it. One of the first things the Hawaiians wanted was shallow water. So traditionally the pond's about 5 to 15 feet deep. Over the years, sediment has built up and shallowed it out to the 3 feet we have today.
Oh, wow.
But luckily for us, whether it's 3 feet, 15 feet, works the same. At either depth, it's shallow enough the sun can penetrate all the way to the bottom and grow algae. Makes the whole pond like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Now the other important thing is that we are a brackish water. So if you look behind you at the mountain, you see all those carved marks. Those are carved out by waterfalls. All that fresh water drains down into this pond. Now coming behind me, you'll see 3 gates. These are the Makaha gates. They're the heart and the soul of the pond. And through them we get salt water. Mixed with that fresh water to make this pond, again, that brackish mix. Once again, brackish water is important for 2 reasons. Number 1, grows a lot of algae. Number 2, it attracts baby fishes. So how our pond works is at low tide, our algae-filled brackish water stirs up. Some of it goes out through the Makaha gates into the Kaneohe Bay. And it works as a fishing lure to attract baby fishes to the gates. Now when the fishes get there, only fish under half an inch in size can actually fit through the gates into the pond. Once they get inside, they're going to eat all day, every day. They're gonna get nice and big. You know, high tide saltwater can pump back in these same gates to make more of that brackish water. The baby fish don't really care about that. But the mature fish smell that saltwater, realize they need to go back out into the ocean to spawn, and they're gonna school towards these gates. However, by the time they get to them, they are too big to fit through.
Oh, okay. I
It's
see
like
the
a
gates
self-sucking
now.
refrigerator. It lures the fishes in, fattens them up, and they cannot leave.
Gate 1.
Now, Makaha means to sea breathe. And again, that's because this is where we see the pond breathe in that salt water, out that brackish water with the change of the tides. Now, it is a super effective system. We have pulled from this pond a 5'11" barracuda.
Wow.
Now, when I'm standing up, that's about 5 or 6 inches taller than me. They've also pulled on 80-pound ulua, or giant trevally. And that fish is bigger than me. In fact, it was so big it pulled this boat for about 30 minutes before it could be pulled on board. So quite a large fish indeed. Speaking of large things, though, on your right here, you see that rock wall? That is the original 800-year-old Hawaiian rock wall. If you look closely, you might notice it's not one wall, it is two. That's because, again, when this is built, there was no trees or sand here. This was all ocean. Hawaiians built the first wall to create the pond. The second one, a little taller sign to protect the inner rock wall. It's about 5 foot in width between them. Each wall is 4,000
Oh, it is
feet
2
long.
walls.
Now looking on your left-hand side here, you're going to get a stunning view of our mountains.
Wow. Look at that. Reminds me of Nepali, that part right there.